Hi guys, my name's Subtutor, I'm the man on the Silver Mountain, and welcome back to Conan Exiles. Now we are exactly where we left off last time, so we're going to keep exploring the jungle, but we've got the northern bank of the river to go and explore now. And like I've been playing some more Conan Exiles with some friends lately, but we've been kind of taking it slow, doing a bit here and a bit there. And so as a result, like, we've not been exploring so much. So a lot of this, even though I've been playing a bit more Conan Exiles recently since it came out on full release, still not the most aware of all of the different parts of the map. So first off, we've got some stuff that's marked here from the moments when I was being randomly teleported across the map for no reason, and so I want to come and take a look at the things that we've got out here marked. So we might take a bit of an odd route back and forth across the map that we've got so far. So is this the town? No, this is a different camp. What kind of people are you? Are you more pirates? You are very hard to tell if you're a pirate. You are a pirate, because there's a black hand flag right there. So let's have a look. What have we got in your chest? Nothing really of interest. Ooh. Look at you. Are you up here because you're their pet, or are you up here because you're here to kill them? Huh, fair enough. Interesting. I hadn't realised that they had locked like other containers, like campfires and things. That's just a loot chest, so that's openable. Yeah, there's a lot of, like, I don't know, there's something about exploring this game that I just really enjoy, especially when I can just look around. I don't have to worry about stuff, and I realise that I'm one of these people that enjoys, like, the exploration in games and the testing and the finding stuff out in games and the, like, digging through the lore and story more so than some people. But I don't know, it's just there are always some interesting features, always some interesting new stuff to come across. We've got more leopards and things. Like, I don't think these deer probably shouldn't be sat right next to where one of their friends is being chewed on by a big cat, but hey ho. But also, one of the things that I've noticed is something that I mentioned in other videos, where off towards the Sumerian tribal area, where it's a bit misty, like I get a little bit of judder and lag and stuff like that, a little bit of frame rate drop every now and again, and then it just clears up for the rest of the map. I've started noticing the here where you've got the kind of almost washed out kind of stark lighting to it, for being in the jungle area. It seems to happen a little bit, not as much, but a little bit as well. Now what's this? This is another temple type place that I've not been to so far, and it's really close to the edge, actually. It's really close to where the pirates are based. So what's this? The eye that never closes. So is this another watchtower? Because didn't we have another? Oh, this seems to lead down into. Let's climb up and have a look. Because we had that other place that seemed to be another kind of watchtower or lighthouse near the coast. So is this possibly a kind of watchtower on the land side, kind of keeping. Ooh. Yeah, okay. I don't think there's actually anything up here. No. Okay. So you've got fairly straightforward entrance and exit to the Witch Queen's kind of domain, which is interesting. So she would expect them to come across here and then get a boat in, maybe? Because we didn't see any of this stuff over here because it's all mostly blocked off by rocks and things. So, I don't know, I guess they would have come... Because she left a lot of tablets up in the north as well, and we had this... So we had the Zulan up there, and then what was this place called? Zelhar. Okay. So we've got some... I'm surprised that we've not come across... I mean, maybe I'm just looking in the wrong place. But I'm surprised that we've not come across any kind of stones with any dialogue and speech attached to them so far down this way, because Mire of Eternal Dreams. Okay. So now part of me wonders if... Because I know that Yellow Lotus has been made rarer. You know, they were talking about this before. Let's go up to Messenger's Respite, because I'm guessing it's a messengers for and from the pirates to one another, rather than anything else. So let's just go up and take a look, because if it's not, maybe there's something there that's going to be interesting and useful for us to look at in regards to what I'm about to say. Where it's like, if you've got the Queen's kind of capital, the Witch Queen's capital here, then you would have thought maybe there would be more of those tablets around that she had kind of taken control of. Are you a boss, kitty? No, you seem like a normal sized one. This does seem like a little bit of an arena. Should I stab you and find out? Nope. Okay, you were just a normal kitty. I apologise. But right, where are we going? Oh, okay. So this is Messenger's Respite. It's just an oasis, basically, like a place on the way, filled with ravenous big cats. All right. Okay. Let's head north first, because we can make a kind of zigzag or a circle in regards to where we want to go. Like, the other thing that stands out in regards to this area is that there's a lot more kind of verticality. Like, these big old trees to... Like, you've got mountains and stuff elsewhere, but here, like, building a bridge kind of from the top of here across to that tree there, which I believe is one of the trees that can be built on. You know, and then building it across the other side. There seems to be a lot more kind of access to that in this area, where building between mountain peaks, doable, but there's less in between those peaks to really help you do it. You know, whilst here, you've got this very convenient and completely immovable strut that's just sat in the middle there. So, yeah, like I'm going to be interested to start building here when I'm playing through the game in its entirety, when I restart after I've done all the purge testing and all the other bits and pieces that we want to do next. But obviously I've got this biome to finish exploring, or this region to finish exploring, and then I want to... Aha! You're Yellow Lotus, right? Yeah, okay. So the place to come for Yellow Lotus definitely seems to be... What was this place called again? Mire of Eternal Dreams? Like, I'm not... Because this, I'm just running through and testing stuff with this, I'm not too fussed about the Yellow Lotus. But for instance, in the games where I've been playing with friends, especially when I've been playing in their game, and I'm not sure whether or not I've put my points in the right place, or I need to respec for something. You know, sometimes it's hard to know where all the stuff is best to go, you know, or where it's best to go looking for the stuff, I should say. Are you a boss? I mean, you're doing that thing where you're walking away, so hitting you becomes difficult. That's the one thing that I've noticed with the new combat changes, where you move more as part of the animations for the attacks rather than anything else. And that is just that the enemies, if they don't notice you, if they don't care about you, if you're not all that important to them, then they can just walk away and you'll have real difficulty catching up with them. At one point I had Hannah, almost unsurprisingly considering what you guys have seen her do to me in the past, either intentional or otherwise, where she was trying to attack me, and yeah, I was just able to put my weapon away and walk around her, and as a result she was only able to land one more blow on me. And it's just because, okay, so that's why this place is important. So it's a staging area, but it's also the place where we've got our obelisk friend. Now, I think I've already attuned to this, haven't I? Yeah. So, got this big old staging area. Who knows what it was a staging area for? Seemingly right now, spiders and locusts. I just want to check this corner up here, just in case there's anything interesting. Ooh! Ladyface. Oh, is this one of the tunnels that leads between here and up here? So that's the Witch Queen's face, for certain. The passage. Okay, well, we've got a light. Very low ceiling down here, which is kind of interesting. Let's lead through to... okay, yes, we were here before, weren't we? When I came and showed you guys around the Jill Roosts. Because this leads all the way across and under, and then we have to we clambered down that side and came across. So we were right. This did lead to where we thought it would. Okay, so it's good to know that these tunnels are here. So you could set your base up as outside the Jill Caves, and you could have another base out the other side here somewhere, and you'd potentially be able to quite happily, like, if it was up in a tree or something, maybe, you'd quite happily be able to get your way across from the north there out to this side. Like, the one thing that stands out to me, and this is something that when we look at the Purge some more, including testing it on our bases and whatever else, the one thing that stands out to me in regards to the Purge is when it comes to, like, I will probably, when I have restarted the game, whether I'm playing with other people or playing by myself, you know, whether Hannah decides to come and join me or whatever else, it's still going to be a case of me probably going. I'm going to have numerous bases, no one main base or anything like that, but lots of other bases just kicking around for me to bounce between, so that regardless of where I am, like especially with the obelisks around, it'd be a good idea to have at least one base near each obelisk, yeah? Either for different purposes or for, you know, just as having a place to sleep, cover, have dancers kicking around, all that kind of thing, wherever on the map you end up. And so I'm kind of interested to see how the Purge copes with that, because, you know, it's you build up that bar, you know, and you run around doing stuff, and it causes creatures and the different groups to take notice of what you're doing and become agitated by you. Okay, that's easy, that's fine, that's so far so good, all makes sense. But what if you're, I mean, does it chase you? Because if it chases you, then you could potentially do a whole load of stuff in one area until just before the Purge starts. Are you guys Black Hand? Talier's Berth, yep. Yeah, you guys seem to be Black Hand. Is there a banner? There's a banner. Yeah, you pirates. Again. But yeah, I'm interested to see whether or not they let you go, oh, stuff's getting bad here, I'm going to run to my different base that's at a lower level that would be easier to survive the Purge, or a base that is less important, and so therefore I'm not too fussed if it gets wrecked. You know, and that's something that I'm interested in, purely because, again, either it allows you to dash to a base where it would be much, much easier for you to fight it off, or on top of that, it allows you that moment, considering it does give you a heads up when the Purge is coming. It gives you that moment or two to just take stock of what's going on, especially on servers that have PvP enabled all the time. It gives you those moments of kind of we have enemies that are out for our blood. The Purge is supposed to add a complication for us so that they can take opportunity, or take the opportunity to come and attack us. And so the thing that we're going to do is we're going to be very careful and move everybody to a different place, just so that the Purge isn't a particular difficulty for us. I don't know, there's just there are a few things to consider in regards to it, in my mind anyway. Now, these bones are huge, but we're coming down to... Yeah, we're coming down to Buccaneer's Base, so I'm guessing these are whale bones. If they are whale bones, then they have killed an awfully large number and dumped all of them up there. But hey-ho. Yeah, so we've got the big structures, like they're big settlements out there, and from one of the live streams I know there's some interesting stuff out there, but I wanna come down to this edge first before we go up and take a look at the rest of this place. But yeah, so I'm a little sketchy around some of the things the Purge could be related to. Fairy rings? Puffball mushrooms. Okay, I guess that's another food source. Sure, but why here? Strange. Yeah, it's just, do we get... No, those are completely safe to eat apparently. Interesting. Okay, so the cursed wall comes across like here and runs out. Ooh, little crocodiles, and the mother of all crocodiles. Who, Jesus. So, you're a legendary croc who has so much health. And the chest for this one's, for this world boss is I'm stuck. Is right there, so I kind of want to kill it. I want to murder you. Wait, Star Battle. Does this do more? A little bit, maybe? I mean, you're just... And you're unaffected by the curse wall, so if I knocked you into the curse wall, it would do nothing. Oh, actually, this has got a bleed on its heavy, doesn't it? I don't think I'm going to kill this in any decent amount of time. But... I want to. It's so... Like, there's a boss crocodile that's down near the sentinels that's like maybe a third again the size of a normal crocodile, and I believe its chest is at the bottom of the water nearby or something like that. But this thing's like 2, 3 full times the size of a normal croc. So I have to wonder what kind of piece of equipment, what kind of weapon it's guarding. Just because... Like, this thing takes so much damage. And I'll admit, I'm not... In the attributes the Motsum has right now, he's not really a damage-focused character. Like, I think I've got 18 in... Yeah, so I've got one thing in regards to damage. So by no means is Motsum a particularly damage-oriented character at the moment, but... Like, with so little damage being done, I'm not even sure if a fully focused damage character would be doing like vastly more damage. Maybe Croc here will be our... Do you know what? I'm gonna leave you. We've occupied enough of your time. Sorry, have a great day. But maybe Croc there will be our benchmark. Yeah, so when I come to take a look at attribute layouts and things like that, I've got a few in mind. I've kind of jotted them down. There are some useful things that I want to kind of try and throw in your guys' directions. But it's like I'm curious to see how much damage each one does. So if we grab a whole load of stuff, bring it out there to set up next to Croc, and then see how much damage and how much of what each one can do to the Croc, then you know, I think that's going to be a good way of testing it. So that's what we'll do. We'll come back out here. In fact, let me just stick a thing on the map. Let's... Croc testing. Okay. So we'll come back to that. huge ass crocodile who just does not give any shits. Right, so we've got... Yeah, so these guys are capable of making themselves some hooks and some peg legs and some stuff like that. And from the dev stream that they showed it off in, pretty sure it's up there that we need to go for it. So let's go take a look, shall we? But first, let's just have a... Considering it's on our way, because we've got to go across that bridge there, let's go up and just see what's in here. You know, obviously, pirates, but is there anything else that's interesting? Any other characters, named characters, loot boxes, like chests just hidden away? No? Women walking around with very little clothes. Yeah, very few clothing items on them. Crappy loot boxes that don't really seem to have much on them. How far up does this go? Does it go all the way up to the top of the cliff? If so, it might be quite a bit of fun just to fight your way through here at some point. Okay, no, it only comes up to here. I mean, you can climb the rest. Anything interesting in these boxes? No. Okay. Well, doing that didn't work. Okay, so the pirates still go down pretty easily. I mean, I suppose they wouldn't not, because they're just going to be the same as the ones from elsewhere, aren't they? So it's dependent on just their general level. And so I think this area is basically around the same level, or around the same difficulty as the rest of the Exiled lands, which, personally, okay, Jamilla's Liberty. So this is the ship that Pirate Queen Jamilla was looking to kind of build and repair and stuff like that before she got kind of cast out. What do we got up here? Cages, pirates. Okay. I mean, that's cool. I like it. I hope they actually manage to fix it and they do a good job, because, you know, why wouldn't I hope they do that? Because then we can steal their boat and get out of here ourselves. But like this kind of suspension bridge thing, I wish we could build something more similar to it. Like the bridges that we build, are basically just, they're very solid. Lots of very solid flooring pieces just kind of strung together. But you know, it would be nice to have something with a little bit more feeling and flavour to it, and the suspension bridges that we see in a lot of places would kind of qualify, I think. You know, at least I'd like to see them. But hey ho. Like, there's a lot of water and a lot of open space out there towards the curse wall, and whether it's somewhere that's inviting more water bases to be built or not, who knows? Okay, so are you supposed to be the who's supposed to be the captain? Because it said this was the captain's quarters. Can we kick him off the edge? No, that's a shame. All I wanted to do was kick a dude off the edge. Right, so where's this book though? Where are the... Did we run past it? Because I'm fairly certain that it was the peg leg and stuff were from a book up this way. At least I'm fairly certain that's what was shown in the dev stream. I thought it was over here somewhere. I can't see it, so nothing's coming up for me to interact with. So Maybe after the dev... Oh, no, here it is. Yeah. There you go. Peg legs, hooks, and eye patches. Excellent. So now we can be a proper pirate, should we wish to be. So now we've got armors for pirates, ninjas, Vikings, and a whole load of other stuff as well. Right. So, been across there. This area here is now what we're missing, and we need to go down and take a look at these places as well. So, let's. Ooh. Okay, so the one the. Are you just a rock? No, you're brimstone. Oh, that's cool. So you can get brimstone from like underwater volcanic vent type areas as well. And there are chests with cash. I like that. That's cool to have. Alright, so we've come across to this side of the bay. I think we'll go round rather than over, just so that we can see if there's anything further along the beaches, other weird boss monsters that are there for some reason. Okay. Excuse me, pirate friend. But like we've got what, a lot of... How long have we been going? Half hour. Okay, well we've only got a couple more things to take a look at, give or take. A couple more areas to run through. So we'll keep going for now. Probably shouldn't have spent so much time stabbing up that crocodile boss. But hey, it was fun while it lasted, and it's given me an idea for how we can test stuff, so that's useful. I kind of want to go and explore across those, because those just look interesting. They also look like interesting places for bases as well. But, you know, again, the Purge adds the complications now. And some of those complications are particularly interesting. Because as with when I was first building out my Purge-proof bases, allegedly Purge-proof, theoretically Purge-proof bases, they taught what the information we had been given was that we would have a large army sweeping in, like very specifically a large. Okay, so that leads across back into the camp. So let's keep going. Be a large army that would sweep in across the map to attack us, to harm us, to destroy what they came across, and potentially to siege us. Now though, now that they've had to simplify it so that it's not an army, it's these weird war bands or these weird packs of creatures that just appear from nowhere to come and get you, it's more difficult. And especially when explore the entire exiled lands. Oh, that's cool. Wreck of the Wagtail. Okay, so this is apparently significant. Wasn't the Wagtail Jamilla's ship initially? I want to say it was. I'm sure she told us the name of her ship before. Because otherwise, why would it be significant? So that's probably where they wrecked. And then they went inland looking for like help and whatever. And they didn't find anything really. And just kind of got themselves into more trouble. But okay, so we're coming up into here and then there, and then we'll cut back down. We'll finish at the Eastern Barracks. But is there actually anything in this direction? Because it could just be an empty swathe of land. We do have certain places that are kind of emptier. Not very big. But, you know, they do exist. So could this area here be emptier? Like, there are lots of paths. Like, let's actually head up this path, because it seems to lead towards the centre of this area. I mean, chances are that maybe there's another boss monster in here and there's a lot of space to allow people to kind of roam around it and move without running straight into it. I don't know. Let's climb up. Yeah, so we've got some interesting kind of things here so far, but we've got some more stuff to really dig into in this area, I feel. Can we see anything from... Oh, nope. Keep climbing, please. At the moment, you've got infinite stamina, you've got no excuse. Okay, so we've got a lot of iron and resources here. I think this is the thing that stands out to me about the jungle. Or a swamp, I suppose. About the swamp. You got a lot of places to build bases. You got a lot of resources. You know, there are more trees here, seemingly. More plant fiber, more rock. There's a whole load of iron over there. You've got so much more here than you do anywhere else. At least in terms of it all being in one place. And so I'm kind of looking at it and going, this is the intermediate place. This is the development point. So you've got the exiled lands where it's a bit sparse, but not too dangerous, not too threatening. And so as a result, you've got the capacity to kind of Inlet of the Hook. Okay, so is this the hook? This area here? Those are some big ass lizards down there. Where are we? Okay, so we're here. So if we jump down and head that way, then we'll kind of get to where we're going. And I want to take a look at those lizards, because are they just big iguanas, or are they weird special creatures? No, they're just big iguanas, and apparently... Oh, no, they're the big iguanas and the crocodiles live in harmony, but they chase after birds. Okay, got it. Yeah, so we've this area to me feels very intermediate, where it's like you've learned your stuff, you know kind of where you're going and what you're doing, but you don't, you know, you can't sit back and just wait for resources, because you need more and more and more resources over time. And so this is the area that you move into to gather those resources, develop your character, develop yourself, and then via the Queen's Face you can move into the north, either through the tunnels, or you can cut back to the exiled lands kind of through this area and cut straight up onto from the falls or from the pocket into the lower area here that's a bit safer, you know, a little less fraught with winged demons. But okay, so we're now at the lower staging area. So I don't think there's anything up there. I can't see anything up there through the trees at the moment. That doesn't necessarily mean there's nothing there, but I'm feeling like it might be more of another empty building space. Like, that's fine. So let's cut across to the camp that's around here. That tree is definitely designed for building around. Got a nice little slope kind of running around it. And so this is... Ooh. Random loot chest being looked after by a random pirate. Okay, so we've got this place that's... I had apparently already visited before. Which is what? What's it called? Please let me see. Scupper's Shelter. So, you know, I'm guessing that this is just a place that... kind of a way station for the pirates again. A couple of loot boxes. Places for you to capture people from. Which is always good. Not as many kind of people kicking around, though, to be captured, though. To be enthralled. So, you know, swings and roundabouts. Like, setting up near a capital is always a good idea in my view. But especially since the AI have become a little more potent and roam around a little more, it can be a bit more difficult. Like, again, I built this base here so that I could cut straight up into all of these Black Hand camps without getting too close to the capital. My Darfari slave camp was right next to the capital, although now I've actually found Darfari wandering just that little bit too close to the wall sometimes. You know, this one up here, again, Nordheimers all the way across. So, you know, there are things to take into account. But again, as long as you've got a decent supply of slaves, that's the thing. The thralls, the slaves, by far one of the most important resources in the game, in my opinion. Because they have such a large time investment. You've got to equip them. You've got to do a whole load of other stuff. Just to get hold of a decent number to protect your base, to work with you. And what the hell is that? Okay. So you've got your normal ugly imp mutants. You've got your tanned ugly imp mutants. What the hell are you? Nope, okay, that won't let me up. That's fine, we'll walk around. I'm gonna jump into first person so we can actually take a look at you. Okay, so you've got a pan. Lots of pans. Boards with nails through. The nails seem to be the thing that's holding it to your arm. Can't be healthy for you. Are you like the Imp King? I'm guessing you're the Imp King. Now this begs the question. Oh. So he's big and he's an Imp King, but he still dies like a bitch. And the imps all the imps go down like a sack of shit still. He's just, I mean, was this just supposed to be an interesting kind of tableau for us to come across and just be like, oh, isn't that interesting? Isn't that funny? Because, sure, but to me, it's more a little confusing, honestly. Because what are they doing here? Okay, let's just have a quick... No, okay, nothing to look at, nothing untoward. I mean, that is just very strange, and I don't understand it. Maybe it's referenced by an NPC in dialogue somewhere for us to come and take a look, you know. Look for the Imp King. Somewhere around there will be a thing that you need. I don't know. But that's just very confusing to me at the moment. Possibly because I lack context. Possibly because it's not supposed to make sense. I don't know. But you've got more imps down there. So, these... It said that this was the Eastern Barracks. I mean, that's just a deer that's been chewed up on. The rest of this place is just a bit of a wreck. There doesn't actually seem to be anything else here. So, I don't know. I'm confused by this. You know, we've just run across this whole kind of upper part of the swamp. Kind of north of the river. And this is just the most confusing part to me. But it probably shouldn't be. But it is. So I don't know. I don't know. Is there anything under here? Like, what are they even doing here? Because the imps... The other imps that we see in kind of abundance... Like, these guys are chatting. Kind of chilling out. They were seemingly listening to a speech by their king. I mean, he might have only been their king because he was just bigger than the rest of them. And had the sense to strap bits of metal to himself. I know, but... Again, we didn't... I don't think we saw any imps south of the water. And the other imps that we mostly see are kind of down here, right? Like, there's an imp cave... here somewhere, isn't there? And then there's... Yeah, I think that's one there as well. I'm just confused by this. But anyway, that's the jungle now done. We've now gone and looked around, and I think... Like, there might be something else in this gap here. I don't know. I thought we walked through that fairly thoroughly, fairly succinctly. I don't know. But I might go back and take another look. By myself, but otherwise, guys, that's this region. The next one that I want to go take a look at is the volcano, because we've got like half of it that has no markers on. Some of it has markers that I'm interested in. The hidden way is the reason why when we were going through Dragonmouth before, it was teleporting me outside the map over here. Because it didn't have it had a front end of the tunnel, but it didn't have a back end of the tunnel, so there was no way for me to go other than just to be teleported out into this empty space, which seems to be the empty top layer of these various other large maps or various other parts of the map that we get teleported to that are underground. So that's why this is empty, at least for the time being. But yeah, so next time we'll go from our base here, the big purge-proof one that I can't build on anymore because they changed the building restrictions, and we'll cut up in and we'll go and take a look around the volcano. But otherwise, guys, I hope you found this interesting. Maybe I found some stuff that you guys hadn't seen in your playthroughs or in your wandering through. But otherwise, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the video tomorrow. No, video next week. Take care. Thank you very much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, then please drop us a like, share this video, and subscribe for more. And I'll see you in the video next week. Take care.